Hey guys, we're here today to talk about
Very touchy subject.
age difference. And this hits close to home because if you guys didn't know, he's 20 and I'm 16, almost 17 in a month and 6 days. And we kept about 8 months of our now 19 months tomorrow of our relationship in the dark. We did not tell
Meaning
my
nobody
parents.
knew.
Yeah.
It's basically a secret to everyone, so.
Which wasn't a good idea.
I mean, we don't advise it, but
Yeah.
if it does come down to that, I wouldn't suggest it.
We don't suggest it, but if it comes down to it, I wouldn't suggest it.
I was gonna say I do, but we're already gonna get hate for this.
Yeah, so we're just...
We basically spent 8 months sneaking around and doing everything we were not supposed to be doing, so.
Yeah.
And,
He'd come to my house, I'd come to his.
and we got caught in the long run, but we'll get to that later.
But we both strongly agree that, like, age difference really isn't anything. Like, it's not a big deal. As long as you're not, like, 10 years difference.
It's okay if you're 10 years difference when you're,
Over 18, both of you.
yeah, like pretty old. But a lot of people have problems with age difference, like when you're young.
When it's no different. If I
Because
was
5 years
20
down
and
the
he was
road-
23, there'd be no problem. I mean, there isn't a problem, but I'm saying, like, if anybody behind the computer screen right now is saying, oh my god, it's 3.5 years difference, no way, girlfriend.
Fuck you. So,
Unsubscribe.
what? But yeah, a lot of people have problems with this because it's mainly the parents that have problems with it. But
No, I know some kids do too.
they don't really matter. But if anyone else is going through this,
All we have to say is there's really, like, we're trying to educate people to know
not
that
take
there's...
the route that we took because it
Well,
was
yeah,
very,
that,
very tough.
but also educate people who have a problem with age difference and tell them how it's not,
That big of a deal.
yeah. I mean, think about the fact if I was 20 and he was 23, no one would even question.
And girls mature, well, as people say, girls mature faster than guys. So her maturity level is
Pretty much
basically
at
at the
his.
same mentally as mine, which makes us ideally compatible for each other because we're both thinking of the same things, we both want the same things. So I think also put that into I almost put prescriptive. Put that into perspective that maturity levels are closer when you guys are either older or younger than the other person. Mainly when the girls are older, but I mean when the girls are younger.
Yeah.
That'd be a little weird if the girl was older, but it's okay still. But
Be different. We're just trying to say, like, if you are going through a relationship that has a big difference, and, like, people are giving you shit about it, or if you're one of those people who have a problem, we're just trying to get this out on the air, like...
this isn't really an advice video. This is just a rambling video about age difference because it's something that is very common.
Like,
among
I guess we'd have
relationships.
to have, like, what's it called? A scenario to give advice, like, just have somebody email us.
Yeah, we'd have to have scenarios for advice, but we're just
So-
basically addressing the
my-
issue.
Look at this. It's been like that the whole time.
Yeah.
It's sticking out. But basically, like, if you guys have any problems, you can email us at Eric and Sydney TV.
Don't spell it out. It's in the description.
It's in the description.
But yeah, we'll just tell our story because I guess a lot of people are probably want to know what is actually went down with us. I was 18 when I was 18, about to turn 19, when I started talking to her again. And we've actually made a video before discussing how we met each other and whatnot. So it wasn't the first time I was talking, but it was the first time I was talking on a serious level. And she was 15 and I was 18, about to turn 19. And like we were friends already, so it was easy for us to talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I knew in the back of my head like it was gonna be a long road.
We were gonna get shit.
We were gonna get shit. It was gonna be a long road for us to be able to actually be together and people be okay with it. And I never thought to this day that we would make it this far and have actually basically have everyone on our side, even though we do have an age difference still. And
Of course.
I guess we've both shown the parents that we're mature enough to be together and have the type of relationship that we do. I mean, we're still under strict guidelines. We still have stuff that we can and can't do, but it's not complete
sitting
control.
on his living room floor.
We still have our private time, so it's not like they've been taking every rights away, but we're not completely normal, but we make it work. So basically, like I said, I was 18.
Yeah,
she was
in the
15.
beginning when my parents found out, they did not like it.
I'm not talking about that yet. Basically, like we started talking and one thing led to another and we ended up going out at 18 and 15, which is not illegal.
No, it was 19 and 15. No, it was 18.
No, I was 18 first. And then, well, I asked you out when I was 19 because I was already past my birthday, but we were talking before I asked her out all through when I was 18. And then we were going out for a while and I started coming to her house, going to her house, sneaking there, by the way, so that was wrong. I would walk all the way to her house every day.
And no one would be home.
Well, not every day, but obviously that was wrong, but we don't advise that. But
not condoning.
Not at all. But
So don't go home and tell your parents, well, Sydney and Eric said it's okay.
well, we made it
Because we did.
8 months before we actually got caught. And it was her mom who found out. And I don't really want to get into that night because it was not
a grand night. It was not.
It's not something I can easily talk about because it's one of the darker parts of my past. And at first, like, we were both crushed. Like, it was really hard. We weren't allowed to see each other. We had like no communication. We had like no communication. This was the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We had like little to no communication at all.
Just at school, if one of my old friends.
So I really thought it was over between us, and that was 8 months into a relationship. So think about if you've been with someone for 8 months, and then all of a sudden just having it completely taken out of your life. Completely having that person taken out of your life.
And not by you guys, by
and
other
not
people.
by your choice. Having a parent say, you can't see my daughter anymore, you can't talk to her anymore, was absolutely, it was horrible. It was the worst thing that has ever happened to me, easily. So, just, we kept working on things with her parents, and eventually we got it to where we could be friends. But we were still together. But to them, we were friends. They saw us as friends. And the only way I could see her was to go to her church with her. That's the only way her mom would let me have any kind of time with her, was going to church with her. And then we eventually got it to, we just gradually
just didn't care. We were pretty disrespectful. Like, we didn't really care what they said, what they did. We were gonna do whatever the fuck we wanted anyway, kind of thing. Like, we stopped sneaking around, but when they were like, you guys can be friends, like, we were basically like, no.
We're staying together.
Like, fuck
so we
you.
stuck together through that. And we got it to where we could hang out, and we had to go through shit. We had to go through fucking hell to get to this point, believe us. But it was worth it, and I would go through it a million times to be with her. So just if you're in this kind of situation where you have an age difference and your parents don't agree with it,
or if your parents don't know.
Sorry.
And if your parents don't know, or what were you saying?
If your parents don't know, or you're in this type of relationship where you have an age difference, make sure, first of all, that
It's worth it.
yeah, make sure the person you're in the relationship with is worth it if you do get caught. Because I was risking,
basically his life.
I was risking my life. Every day I walked to her house.
'Cause I wasn't 16 yet.
She was underage still, and the Georgia consent laws are 16, and she was 15. So that whole time I was risking my life for her. So just make sure if the other person is younger than you and it's illegal in your state or whatever, make sure you're willing to give your life to that person, because you could eventually end up, if things turned wrong, you could end up behind bars. So just be very careful. And
Tread softly.
tread softly, we always say that.
But
I would never recommend hiding anything again from the parents. Just at least let them know, and if they aren't okay with it, try to work with them. But that's really the only thing you can do. Unless you are taking the risk and actually going behind their back and sneaking around like we did, which I don't recommend.
again,
Do
we
not.
don't recommend
It's
it.
not-
Don't do it.
It's not easy at all. So
No, it's not worth it.
no, I know. That's basically all we can say is
and
just
basically,
work with your
if you
parents.
guys are in that situation, you can message us, email us,
We
comment
have
to us.
All the answers.
We can
to
be
going
your
through
support
that.
system. We can support you, or we can give you advice. We can do anything. And if you have a fucking problem, you can also message us, and we will gladly put you in your place.
And just know that there's a way out of any situation. You just have to find it. And we found that loophole to basically finding our happiness back, getting our happiness back, and trying to work towards what we had before. And just know that if your parents one of the parents finds out, or both of your parents find out, and they're not okay with it, majority of them will understand at some point, especially if you've been with that person for a long time, which I think had a huge impact on our relationship.
If we would
that-
only been together for like a few weeks, Mom would be like, "Oh fuck no."
Yeah, and I would have gone to jail. But it was the fact that we had been together for 8 months, and her just trying to break us up, she knew that would be heartbreaking to her and to me.
Yeah, she knew that some shit would go down.
So just know that you can get through any situation, and it may take a lot of time and a lot of patience, but if you are willing to do that for the person you love, then you just have to go through that. So like she said, if you have any questions about age difference or our situation or what happened with us, you can just email us. The email is going to be in the description.
Personal message, comment, anything.
Anything.
Anything
So
you find necessary.
we'll try to help you guys out. So thank you for watching our 4th or 5th or 6th or something advice video. This wasn't really much advice, but this is just an important topic that a lot of people deal with. So
And a lot of people don't talk about.
yeah, and started off a little slow.
We had to get in our groove.
Had to get in our little video making mode, so we apologize for that. But I hope you guys got something out of this video, and we will see you next time. So